Welcome to the Developing and Submitting Your Action Plan webinar. Today we're going to talk to you a bit about fleshing out your action plan for each of your goals. An action plan contains about 3 to 5 action steps per goal. So remember, you should have submitted at least one student learning goal and one professional practice goal to your evaluator at this point. These action steps, these 3 to 5 action steps will include a time frame for each step, and then also identify supports and resources that you will use for each step. You should think about benchmark assessments, potential artifacts that you'll collect, and also brainstorm some possible roadblocks that might inhibit you from achieving your action steps successfully. In order to submit your action steps, after you write your goals, you're going to click on the action steps icon. Now, keep in mind also that both goals and action steps need to be approved by November 1st. Once you click on that action steps icon, this is the screen that you would see. This sample here just has the template goal text that's by default included in each goal. But this is the student learning goal up top, and there's also the professional practice goal below. When you're ready to insert an action step, you'll click on the Add New Steps. And this would be the screen that you would see. For each step, you'll identify first an action, then supports, and then also the timeline or frequency. Your action steps might include some specific adjustments you'll make to your practice, some measures of your progress towards achieving your goals, professional learning opportunities that you'll take advantage of, or also prescriptions that have previously been issued for you to help develop your practice. In some cases, if you're an educator on an improvement plan or directed growth plan, the evaluators may assign the action steps to you. You're going to use the action planning worksheet that we've created that might help you flesh out your action steps before you enter them into the EDFS. This is what that template looks like. So now we're going to walk you through how you might actually go through creating your action steps on the EDFS. However, the first thing we want to do is that we want to go to the resources that we've created here in the Office of Educator Effectiveness at educatoreffectiveness.weebly.com. Again, on this page, you'll be able to identify all the resources that we've created to support the implementation of this evaluation system. And under the plan development portion, you'll see some of the resources that we've created specifically for this. So this is the cover page. There's a guidance document available here. We've also created an action plan worksheet, which is the document that I showed you previously on the PowerPoint. And you'll also find examples of action plans. We've created a math example, elementary literacy example, a high school science example, as well as a high school guidance example. So if we click on the document that I just downloaded, which is the action plan worksheet, just going to show you what this looks like on its own. And so this is what the template looks like. Now, we also have already created a sample one that we're going to use today. So this is the elementary literacy sample action plan. Now, note here, in this one, you'll see what the student learning goal is above. You'll also see that the professional practice goal we have flows out of that student learning goal. So that professional practice goal is coupled to the student learning goal, and the professional practice change will support the teacher's achievement of the student learning goal. In cases like this, when we really have connected the student learning and professional practice goals, we suggest that the action steps will be actually in common. And so you'll note that the action steps here, the 5 steps listed for the student learning goal, are the same as the action steps listed for the professional practice goal. So now we're going to go back to the EDFS. And so if we logged in, this is what we would see when we were ready to input our action steps. And we'll click on action steps, and then we will click on add new steps. And this is the screen that I showed you earlier. And so now we can copy this text here, and then we can paste it into the EDFS. Now we always recommend, just to be on the safe side with formatting, that if you have this paste as plain text option, that way the formatting doesn't carry over. You can adjust the formatting in here, which will be fine, but when you copy and paste normally from a Word document, the formatting doesn't agree with the EDFS. So now we're going to copy our support and resources, and then we'll paste that into that appropriate box. And then now we're also going to go back and copy our timeline and frequency, and then go back to the EDFS, paste that in, and then we'll save this first step. Now we'll add a new step. And we'll copy here. Then we'll go back to the EDFS, paste this plain text, and then go back over here, identify support and resources, and go back over here, and back again, and back over to the EDFS, and then we'll save the second step. And we'll also go back to our third step, providing students with explicit feedback on their open response and have them revise their work. So then we'll go back to the EDFS, paste in the action text, and we're going to use the skillful teacher here as our support and resource needed. And then we're going to do this weekly, so we take that bit, go back over to the EDFS, and we'll save that. So we have 2 more action steps to go. We're almost there. And we'll copy this one. And paste. And so we're going to, this action step is about monitoring progress. So we're going to need some Excel spreadsheets as our resource. And then we're going to do this weekly. And we'll paste that one. And again, we have to save our action step. And then now the final one. I'm sure you could predict what my next steps are by this point. Then we paste as plain text. And then we copy again. And paste into the supports and resources. And then we copy one last time. And paste into the timeline and frequency. Save. So now we have all 5 of our action steps visible. And what we're also going to want to do, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to use the common action steps for student learning and professional practice goals because we developed our professional practice goals to support our student learning goal. in this situation, it would be perfectly acceptable, because it's such a time-consuming process, as you just witnessed, for you to say, see action steps above, and see support above, and then see timeline above, so that you don't have to spend all that effort copying and pasting all over again. Now, once we're done entering our action steps, we're going to click on Submit Action Steps over here on the left-hand side, which will send it along to our evaluator. Now, are we sure we want to submit the action steps? Once we submit them, they are not editable. And we are sure, because we are very comfortable that we've done a good job developing these. So we'll click on Yes. And then you'll note that this icon changed to a conversation. So that means that your evaluator will be perhaps giving you feedback or approving those action steps, and you're all set. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at the Office of Educator Effectiveness, BPS Evaluation at boston.k12.ma.us, or you visit our Weebly at www.educatoreffectiveness.weebly.com. Thank you again for joining us today.